Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Mayank Mishra of Citi. Mayank, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Thea.
So we've just had a great discussion about digitalisation in banking. Where do you think banks are on the digital journey right now?
So indeed, digitalization is exactly a journey. The first phase of digitalization was about getting clients onto internet banking, getting clients onto mobile platforms. And we are very pleased at Citi. We've got 50,000 clients who use our digital channels platform, and they are across number of countries, 96 countries, and about $50 trillion flow through our systems every year. And more interestingly, I think recently we completed $1.5 trillion worth of transactions through the mobile channels. So that in our mind was the first stage of the journey. The second stage of the journey just extends what was achieved in the first stage, which is more about cognitive computing, more about data science, more about understanding the customer patterns and behaviors, and the use of robotics. So different banks are in different stages. Within Citi, we are well into the stage number 2, as we just discussed.
So you mentioned some interesting emerging technologies. How do you think these are going to impact and how are you approaching them at the moment?
So there are a range of impacts that these technologies have potential to bring into the banks. Customer experience is indeed the top of mind. These technologies, especially data science, will help us create a very customized experience for every user, focused on the role that a user plays in those companies. When you look at the space of robotics, clearly it appeals to the operational efficiency or optimization challenge that every bank faces. I think data science also extends its value proposition into understanding the potential trends, whether it's to do with straight-through processing, whether it's to do with the underpinning risk or the patterns in which the clients communicate, or whether it's to do with how do you cross-sell or how do you propose new offerings to these clients. So it's a variety of advantages.
So you talked about innovation and banks' approach to innovation evolving. How do you see that panning out?
So banks have a critical role to play in innovation, largely because I think the banks have got the network, they've got the subject matter expertise. And I think what is interesting is that banks have now started looking at partnering with fintech companies. And I think that, to me, that's really a good synergy in terms of best-of-breed phenomena. So banks have a couple of roles to play. I think innovation labs in their own construct provide an avenue for banks to innovate just by themselves within bringing in different teams, or inviting a fintech company to be a partner in those propositions. Within Citi, one example that I can quote is our mobile offering was innovated out of the Dublin lab, and it's been a commercial success. As I recently said, we had about $1.5 trillion worth of transactions flowing across 96 countries. So it's available across 96 countries. So tremendous commercial success. I think the key is to invite the customers in the innovation journey early on and to get their feedback so that, if any adjustment that needs to happen on the roadmap, that happens early in the process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.